So let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION. At this point of time, there are at least 4,421 cases of COVID-19 infections that have been reported across the country. In this, at least about 326 people, we're given to understand, have recovered of COVID-19 infection. And this broadcast, we're joined in by a very special guest, someone who had the COVID-19 infection but has now completely recovered. We're joined by Sumati Singh, who's joining us live from Ahmedabad. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Singh, for joining us. And let me begin by asking you this. We're given to understand that you were admitted to a hospital on the 18th of March. That is when you for the very first time, came to know that you had the COVID-19 infection. Tell us more. Yes. What was your travel history? Where did you think that you contracted this COVID-19 infection?
Thank you for having me here. I am not sure where I contracted the illness, so I traveled to Finland from the 4th of March to the 12th of March. In the meanwhile, I was on various domestic airports and international airports. I really am not sure as to where I could have contracted it. It could be in Finland, it could be either of the airports as well, or the aircraft. So there's no real way of knowing.
All right, so you say you returned to India on the 4th of March from Finland. Which were the airports, which were the international destinations that you had a stopover at?
I returned on the 12th of March, and the airports I was on was the Helsinki International Airport, the Delhi International Airport, and the Ahmedabad Domestic Airport, 3 of them.
Right, so
and the Delhi Domestic as well.
All right. Now, when you came back to India, I presume you returned from the Helsinki International Airport, you landed at the New Delhi RGI International Airport. Were you screened for the infection? Were you aware at that point of time that you may have the COVID-19?
I was screened for a temperature, so they checked my temperature on the airport. And in the aircraft, they gave us a little form which everyone was expected to fill. It contained details like where I was traveling from, where I was traveling to, my flight number, my seat number. Also, if I had any symptoms, like if I had a fever, if I had a cough, and there was one more category, which I don't quite remember. But we were expected to submit that form, every passenger flying in. And I was also tested. I was also checked for my temperature on the Delhi airport. Yes.
All right. And when you were checked for the airport, for the temperature at the airport, you did not exhibit any temperature. So there was no cause for concern at the time when you landed there. So when did you for the first time start showing symptoms for the COVID-19 infection?
Within 2 days' time of my arriving in India, I started showing symptoms. So on the 14th of March was when I got my first little rigor, so a little chill in the body, and a mild fever. So about 99 to the max, 100.8. So that's where it all began for me.
So you had a mild fever, 99 degrees Fahrenheit, and there was also a little chill. What were the other symptoms that you actually experienced at that time, and what prompted you to go actually see your doctor?
Okay. So I self-isolated myself the moment I had symptoms. So I shut my room door, didn't allow anyone in till the time I didn't think I felt better, which wasn't the case for me. So the next morning we contacted my GP on the phone. I told him my travel history. For him, it was, you've come back from -15 to +25. Your body might be reacting to just that. Or it's also flu season, so you could have caught the flu. So he started me on antibiotics on the 15th itself for about 4 or 5 days. The fever was largely under control by the 17th.
Right.
But on the 18th of March, I felt a little wheezing and tightness in the chest. That's when I contacted a friend of mine who's also a doctor, Dr. Mimansa in SVP Hospital. She told me to come down. She told me, we'll just check you up. If I think that you need to get admitted, we'll admit you. So I went down. I drove down alone in my car. Didn't want to expose my family to either the car journey or the hospital. I went and met her there, and she confirmed that I had some wheezing in the chest, and it could be mild, it may be corona, it may not be, but just because I had travel history, to get myself admitted and get myself tested. So that's when I got tested.
If you look at the symptoms that you're exhibiting, some fever, mild chills, and also some wheezing, as you put it.
Yeah.
This is something that anyone who could be having a fever and could be experiencing chills could go through. And when you went in for the test and then you were told that you are COVID-19 positive, what was your first reaction?
I couldn't believe it. My heart sank. I was somebody who was very well read on the subject. I knew exactly what was happening from the January days in Wuhan. I had taken all the travel precautions that one would expect. Anyone put out anything, N99 mask, sanitizer hanging from the bag, washing my hands for 30, 40 seconds, starting the air vent on my aircraft, sanitizing the tray table, the armrests, everything. Vitamin C tablets, I had done it all, right. I'd taken the necessary precautions. I really didn't expect this to happen, but it did. So my heart sank initially for myself, and within the next 5 minutes, I was worried about my family back home because no matter what precaution and self-isolation methods I had taken, I wasn't certain that, there wasn't a slip-up, that I couldn't have passed it on. So there was no confirmation at that time. So there was an overall fear and a little bit of anxiety that began. But within the next half hour or so, the doctors were in. They assured me about my vitals being all right, about the next course of action.
Right.
How are they going to treat this? So that changed for me from fear to fight.
All right, interesting. Yeah. And also, people respond differently when they contract this infection. And on the 18th is when you got to know that you were COVID-19 positive, and eventually it would take another 12 odd days before you'd completely recover. Take us through your journey from the 18th of March. What were you put on a diet? Were you given some kind of medication that you had to adhere to? What happened in that period between the 18th of March till the 29th of March?
So I was declared positive on the 20th of March. So immediately my antivirals and a lot of other antibiotics began. So it was heavy dose of a lot of medication. So I was basically getting a lot of rest. I was asked to hydrate a lot. So I was trying to do my best in giving my body a fighting chance. So I was hydrating a lot. So this illness is not linear in terms of its symptoms. It doesn't go symptom, and then you feel better. So I initially felt symptoms. Then 2-3 days I felt all right. Then smack came a cough, which of course then we started treating that. And about 2 or 3 days later, I started feeling a little bit of breathing symptoms. So again, tightness in the chest, a little heavy breathing. So at this point is when I got a little more nervous. Previous to that, there were symptoms I could deal with. But the breathing bit gets you a little on your toes that, it can either get better from here or it could get worse.
Right.
In my case, it got better. So I thank God for that. And I thank everyone who supported and sent in their prayers for me. So,
absolutely, indeed. And a lot of people are watching this, they'd be looking at you as a story of hope, because at this point of time when so many people across the world are getting infected, and there's also this atmosphere of fear, because no one quite knows as to how they got infected. No one quite knows, despite following the many precautions, they could still end up getting infected, like what has happened in your case. And yours is indeed a story of hope. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Sumati Singh, for joining us and sharing your experience of having lived and survived the COVID-19 infection.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.